Berkmann Wine Cellars started in 1964 as a small wine company that brought in genuine wines. In those days, there were very few genuine wines on the UK market. We grew because of our passion for good and genuine wine.
The wine world that Joseph came into in Britain was a pretty dismal wine world, but he loves to disrupt. He wrote the first ever consumer wine guide, long before me.
His restaurants were so popular that people were queuing to get in, and a lot of people were waiting at the bar to get a table. And then with that, he thought he was going to keep them entertained with a book. So he created one of the first books about wines in a restaurant.
He established comparative wine tastings. He said, if a wine's got to prove itself, let it prove itself in a comparative tasting. He brought fun into the world of wine when there wasn't any. He brought Beaujolais Nouveau in. People forget now. That was the only party of the year.
At midnight, we would have 4 or 5 38-ton lorries coming to Brewery Road, where our old warehouse was. And we were literally delivering 70,000 bottles in the space of about 7 hours. So it was all hands on deck. We had a lot of customers who were desperate for the Beaujolais Nouveau by 9 o'clock for breakfast.
One of the things that really sets Berkmann Wine Cellars apart is the fact that it remains a family-owned, family-run wine distributor despite the scale that the company has now reached. This means that we do tend to work a lot with family-owned wineries, whether they're large or small, which I think gives a real immediacy and purpose and diversity to our portfolio.
I think the quality of the wine, the quality, more importantly the quality of the service and the people that work at Berkmann is also second to none.
Our key objective is to reach carbon neutrality, so we are measuring and taking steps to reduce our emissions. Our longer-term goals include the transition to electric vehicles, reduction of waste, and reduction of Scope 3 emissions.
Our vision at Raison is to instill wine culture to enrich hospitality experiences. The e-learning platform will allow us to reach a much bigger audience. So this year we'll train 2,000 people, next year we're aiming to train 20,000.
I met Joseph. I was an actor. I wasn't a wine guy, but I was really keen on wine. I remember we got on, and Joseph said to me, he said, you want to know about wine? He said, I tell you what, come to Brewery Road and we learn about wine together.
And I think if anybody wants to ask me what is the heart of Berkmann Wine Cellars, I would say our passion for wine and a selection second to none.